This is Commander Rusty Dog, and we are on day 6 in that it is the 6th of January. I didn't do any travelling yesterday at all, for one thing and another, real life getting in the way. And this is just a very short catch-up video to let you know where I am. Not as far out as I'd like to be, but definitely getting there. So there is a reason for me starting the video at this particular point. It's got nothing to do with the cluster of stars that we face at the moment, but I believe that the Heart and Soul Nebula are visible now. I don't know whether I need to be. That might be NGC 89822 or something, I'm not sure. But I can't get there. I'll find out if it is in a minute. I don't know whether I need to be further away from the sun to see the nebulas, but I was pretty sure that they were in the exact same place as that star cluster. And now I've got to find the star cluster. Why didn't I leave well enough alone? Okay, so let's just spin up
drive charging.
the Super Cruise.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Get a bit further away from the local star. Okay, while we're doing that, okay, there we go. You can see now the Heart Nebula and the Soul Nebula, I believe. But let's just find out if it is indeed one of those, or both of them. So we'll go to Heart Nebula, and we will see that we are still 2,600 light years away. So we'll mark that, and yes, there it is, Heart Nebula, and this will be the Soul Nebula to the left of it. So that cluster of stars that appears above, I think is a little, it's a big cluster of blue. I don't know whether we're going to be able to see it around here, but I believe it is a galaxy called Galaxy. I am so tired right now. I haven't had a lot of sleep in the last couple of days, and I'm hoping to just stay awake at the moment to try and really get some sleep in tonight. But anyway, that's another story. Look around here, everything's, all these blue stars here, the blue whites. I think that's what we're seeing. No, it's not. Okay, so there's another cluster. So where's this cluster that I was looking at? This was this white figure that we used to see. Yeah, remember there was a load of white stars there? Well, that's that. Okay, so what is that cluster of stars near the near these two nebulas there? And it's clearly near the Heart Nebula. You can't really say that's above it, but the Heart Nebula is on the right hand side there, whereas here, oh shit balls. Whereas here on the galactic map, it's on the left hand side, which would be there. So it would make sense that these blue stars this cluster would be upwards. It's not to say that it's further away, closer, whatever, I don't know. Let me see if I can see it in the realistic mode. Some cluster of blue. Just loads of them. I really don't know. See, in the realistic view, where's the nebula gone? The actual nebula itself. Okay, it's over there. Let's have a look. Pop it back into realistic. Okay, so we got some... Yeah. It's kind of difficult in these maps here. Let me just have a look at that one. That's a bit too high. So we need to come down. I don't even know if this is the way to actually find something like this. I mean, it seems a bit bizarre to do it like this, but... Oh, well, that wasn't what I clicked at all. Okay, where are we? Yeah, I don't know what that cluster is. I really don't. Well, anyway, whatever it is, there's just a load of them, and they are white stars. I suppose, let me just have a look what they were. If I just singled out, well, let me just keep those in, get rid of all of these. See if we can find some cluster around. Realistic puts all the stars back in. Okay, where's the Heart Nebula? There it is. Yeah, so, whatever. There's loads of them. So, why are we here? Well, for no other reason, basically, than the next jump that I'm going to make. Well, this is what happens when you're tired. You can't get anything done. The next jump I'm going to make will be my 3000th systems visited. So, it's kind of a milestone for me, and I suppose I don't know whether it means anything to just scan that system, because I'm going to guess it's going to be totally unexplored and I'll get a first from it. So maybe I should just scan everything that's in it, regardless of how boring that might be. So this is the system I was heading to. Just a random place that's on the way to the Heart Nebula. So I'm just going to plot that course again. And now I'm going to go back to where I am. And I'm going to have a look and see if there's any interesting next system. Now the next system we jump into is a white star. Oh God, can we get rid of all of this? Okay, it's a white star, and I can't see that there's anything more interesting here, short of that there might be. I don't see there's going to be any carbon stars or protostars or any such thing around within my jump range. You got this one, a T Tauri star, 18 light years away. T Tauri. They're just these brown boring stars though, aren't they really? What we got here? A brown dwarf. That's just a bit outside my jump range. That one, 31.1. I don't know if I can make that jump. I can. A brown dwarf. This one. Let's do this one. This will be my 3000th system then. A brown dwarf star. Okay. Let's do the jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
System number 3000. A massive 31.2 light years away. That's not far away from the distance of that my ship can travel, which is 31.35. So that's just used up all, well, what I mean to say is the fuel that it's just used up for that jump is the most I probably could ever use up in a single jump. Okay, this is it, system number 3000. Now the question is there anything in it? 11 objects. Please don't make them all pink. Oh, boring as friggity. It is my 3000th system, so I feel an obligation to scan it all. But yes, let's do this now before I get stuck into this. See how far from home I am right now. I don't actually know myself. I'm going to guess around 5,000. Well, there we go. 4891. So I've only got to go another 109 light years to make 5,000. But I should be on my 6,000th light year by now. I'm a day behind. Okay, so we've had a couple of little adventures along the way. My hull is at 99%. My modules have been repaired a few times. My auto field maintenance is down to 2835, but I can refill that. It's also broken down to 95%. Obviously you cannot, even though there's a repair function there, it cannot repair itself, which is why it's a good idea to carry two if you can, and they can repair each other. And of course the power plant never regenerates either. It doesn't have a repair option. So everything else is back up to 100 after a few silly errors, silly mistakes, and that's pretty much the situation right now. Okay, let's just carry on. And so I'm still soldiering on to the Heart Nebula and the Soul Nebula. I have already found out that the Heart Nebula contains a black hole, and just outside of the Soul Nebula is a neutron star, not inside that nebula. So I will be visiting both of those, obviously, because it would be kind of silly to miss those systems out after coming all this way. So yeah, not much more to say really on this. It's been a pretty uneventful journey. I haven't been landing on planets at all, just jumping and scanning and jumping and scanning. So let me just see this. There we go. Systems visited 3,000. Yeah. Max distance from start, wherever that was. I don't know where my start point was in Elite, but I'm 5,284 away from it. Done 5,418 hyperspace jumps, and my approximate time on the game, 5 weeks, 21 hours and 54 minutes. That's coming up to the 22nd hour very soon. That's what you get when you're not looking where you're going. So, as the letters on the ship say, I am boldly going and venturing further and further out. The Heart Nebula will take me around 7,500 light years away from Shinrata Desra. Well, it says so-and-so kilometers from start. I wish it would put in brackets what that start system was. You know, because I can't remember what my start system was, and I wonder if emailing Frontier would help. I wonder if they could tell me what my start system was. I think it was, is it Eravate or Eranin or something beginning with E, which I think was my start system. I really don't know. I don't have any video of my first day in Elite, despite that I've got videos of me and my original Sidewinder. But I think I'd like to know what my start system was, just so I can maybe go back there. Maybe I've been back there and not realised. I just don't know. It's very nice now to see the Heart and Soul Nebula visible, because it gives me something to, well, to go for. I mean, I was going for it anyway, but it gives me something to aim at, you know, to see the nebulas getting bigger and bigger as I get closer and closer. But if I can cover another 600 light years tonight, which is very unlikely given how tired I am, it would only put me within 2,000 light years of the nebula. And if I did 1,000 light years per day for the next 2 days, I could be there by, you know, Saturday, by the weekend. So, oh, today is, yeah, January the 6th, like I said. So that'll be something to aim for, to get to the nebula. But I would have to give up on some scanning, I think. And just, and the reason I'm doing my scanning on the way out there, and, you know, interesting stuff on the way back, is because once I'm out there, I'm more inclined to want to come back home, and I'll be less inclined to be wanting to stop off everywhere and scan, and let's scan this and let's scan that. But while I'm going out and still haven't reached my destination, that's what I'm exploring in between. I didn't want to do it that way, where you go jump all the way to your destination and then scan stuff on the way back and while you're there. Because the way back, as I said, is the time I want to be getting back. If I'm setting a course for home, it's because now I want to be back. I want to get back in amongst the populated world, and I'm less inclined to want to scan stuff and just make it about jumping and jumping and jumping, knowing that I have already a wealth of scanned stuff under my belt. So this is the way I'm doing it. It's the way I've done it before, but I've scanned on the way there, on the way back, but I haven't been this far out before. I haven't been more than 5,500 light years out Oh, every time when I'm in the blue zone, it takes seemingly ages to get there. So you pop the speed up and then, of course, you just forget to drop the speed down when the time gets to 7 seconds. And when you're tired and talking, it doesn't help you remember. Where are we? Have we scanned all these? Nah. Yeah, I didn't think so. See, it's weird this, because this doesn't go by distance, because it's different to the order that this does it in. See, there's planets in between that are unexplored still. But yet, on the system map, each planet that you click on is further away from the star than the previous. And in the tabs here is also the case. So who's lying? Or what am I missing here? How many have I got to go left? How many have I got to go left? There's no cure for me, is there really? How many have I got left to go? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are these planets really pink? Tempted to bloody land on one of these two. Plant a flag. Do you have a flag? You have to be an Eddie Izzard fan to know what that's about. Do you have a flag? Yeah, the last time I was 5,000 light years out, I was at the Lagoon Nebula, and it was brilliant. It was brilliant. There was another nebula nearby, and I can't remember which one it was, but one of them was red and green, and you couldn't land on planets, which was a shame, more the shame back then. But I did get some fantastic screenshots. I had a Diamondback Explorer at the time, which was a fantastic ship to go out exploring in. It's as good as the Asp, I would say. The Asp has got more hard points, but you don't need them. I'm not carrying any weapons, that is. But yeah, the Diamondback Explorer had it in government skip yellow. You've got to be English to get that joke. But yeah, it's I was floating out in space there. I went to the external camera and zoomed out a little bit, and I got the ship with some nice lighting on it, some of the, lit up with a bit of green, and I've got the green nebula on one side and the red part of the nebula on the other, and it looked just brilliant. I seriously got some good screenshots, but at the time I was totally unaware about the Alt F10 deal that gives you high-res screenshots in Elite Dangerous. The problem is Alt F10 is also my key combination for recording the last 5 minutes of play in Shadowplay. So I'm going to have to change that, because it means otherwise that every time I press Alt F10 to record what I did 5 minutes ago, I'm taking a high-res screenshot without realizing it. I went through them the other day and removed a lot of them because they were of stuff I didn't really want on a high-res screenshot. So this is me just scanning icy bodies. Icy bodies. I see them all over. Sorry, I've just had a stupid thought. A planet shaped like Sylvester Stallone with boxing gloves on. Scanning it and it says rocky body. Sorry, I don't know. My brain, it's tired. It's just coming up with just rubbish. Rocky body. Yeah, welcome to the system YO, Adrian. You Adrian. Okay, so how many more we got left? We got okay, we just got those 3. They've got to be, this one's close by at least. Very close. And just pop the speed off there. It's not pinky purple though, is it? I can land on the one that I'm scanning right now. It certainly is not the colour depicted in the system map. I'm going to do a fly past. I'm not going to do a land or anything like that. Come on, quicker than that, boy. But yes, an icy body it is. And it is not purple or pinkish by any stretch of the imagination. Does that look like a skinny guy holding a spear? No, no, because he hasn't got any legs. Feet. Yeah, all legs. Sorry. Don't get enough sleep and you start seeing pictures in planets. Oh god, these two are 5,000 light seconds away, but I am going to do it. I am definitely going to scan this entire system, as boring as it is, just to mark the fact that it is my 3,000th oh god, my 3,000th system visited. I get it right in the end. So what else do we have? Highest payout. That's for one system, I would imagine. Total hyperspace distance 95,000 light years. Whoa. I could have gone, so I've travelled the equivalent distance of going to the other edge of the galaxy and back, isn't it? Something like that. I don't know. If it's 25 to the middle, I'm assuming another 25 to the other edge. Actually, it won't be. It'll be more, won't it? Yeah. So I haven't even covered that distance yet. You see, even though I'm not at Shinrata Desra, I wish I had a way of measuring the distance between Shinrata Desra and another place, or Sol and this. You know, just measure. But you can't. You can only take a measurement of where you are to a given destination. I'd like to open the galactic map now. Click on... Oh, excuse me. Click on Shinrata Desra. How many of you are yawning right now? Click on Shinrata Desra. And then maybe hit some kind of measurement tool, or not measurement, what would it say? Get measure distance or something. And then plot a second point in a second system and have it tell me what the distance is between those two systems. And I don't have to be at either of them. That would be pretty cool. Well, I don't really have too much more to say, other than I will be plodding on, seeing how far I can get this evening. And I caught that one. And hopefully be starting up another video when I'm much closer to the Heart Nebula, because I think if I do one in between, unless it's something really interesting, then it's going to be nothing that you probably haven't seen before, even though it is probably something you haven't seen before, as in an unexplored system, but they're all much of a muchness, aren't they? They're all kind of the same-ish. I can't see there's going to be any planets out here that are going to look completely and utterly different from something you could find in the population bubble. Well, there it is. That is my 3000th system, and because I can be quite OCD on some things, I'm going to write it down that my 3000th system is Hegwa. PS-U power supply unit A16 dash I don't know if that's an O or a 0. I'm going to go with the 0, but there we go. That's where I am. So now I have to pop into the galactic map and type in that bloody place again. Glud go EA Gludgoya excellent dash dog D12 dash 40 D12, I don't know what hash is in Spanish, dash 40 D12 something 40 Linea Chico, I don't know, whatever, 40. Right, so have I plotted it right? There it is. It's a white yellow star. That is going to be my destination system on my way to El Nebula. Oh, what's nebula in Spanish? I don't know. El Nebula del Corazon. Carbon, wolf, urea. These, you don't come across many of these. I have done a carbon star before. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. While I'm here, am I 3,000 away from Shinrata yet? Or 5,000, is it? Because I know I was close, wasn't I? Just want to see how many jumps it's going to be. So, 110, so another 4 jumps. 4 more jumps. And I'll be 5,000 away from Shini Des. Okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right then, so I'll continue on my voyages, and yeah, I'll restart this when there is something of interest. So I'll catch you guys later.